Good morning, subscribers. 6:30, and I'm very aware that my hair looks like it's being combed with a grenade. In fact, I look like a fire starter on that video. But yeah, I don't sleep much. Night off, but I only really get about 4 or 5 hours a night. Sleep when I'm dead. Anyway, so the point of this video is, so today I'm gonna go over to the place that where the smog comes for free and chicken and cheese is a delicacy. And it has a great big bridge that looks like something out of Transformers. So I'm off to that magnificent, filthy little place called the Borough, Teesside. I've did various things over the years on names, if you like, infamous, famous, notorious characters. I've met a lot of different people, not only criminals as well. A lot of like, um, you know, old footballers, old boxers, the odd actor, um, different people. But today I'm going to be speaking with a film company, and it's all about Junior the Hitter Witter. So Junior, I've agreed to do his book for you in June now. I think it was just off the back of COVID. And I sat with him 2.5 years ago. We recorded it, and it's just been in the limbo of the book world. Junior's had it 17 months. And obviously for the few, I've was been proofread twice. Then Junior gets it, and he kind of tweaks a few bits here and there. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Take that bit out. Add that bit in. That wasn't black. It was grey. You get the point. And so I'm going to be meeting him in April to get the last bits, and then I'm going to proofread it another 2 occasions, and then it's going to be on the Kindle, the books, all this kind of thing. Audio, hopefully. And so I spoke to 2 film companies last week, and one we agreed at a later date to. So I'm going to be doing some work with Henry Wharton. I'm going to be doing a sequel to his book, which about 12 years ago now. I read it the other week, and I just was like, "Wow, that needs a sequel. Definitely merits a sequel." And we've agreed that we're going to park it for now. I'm going to sit with him later on the end of the year, talk, a couple of months down the line, do the book, because the book always comes out before the film, and then we're going to do a documentary next year. But I'm speaking to another film company who I'm meeting today, and this guy's a huge fan of the noble art, the old pugilism. I think the dog's coming down there. And he knows all about Junior the Hitter Witter, British, Commonwealth, European, world champion. Completed the sport of boxing and everything in it. Just didn't get the big fights, but it was no fault of his own. Chased the Ricky Hatton fight for a decade. Mayweather's mandatory for a couple of years. Floyd ended up giving the belt up and going up another way, actually. And then obviously Junior fought for it with DeMarcus Corley and won. Defended it against some Mexican, defended it against Vicious Vivian Harris, and then obviously lost it on his third out and majority decision against Tim Desert Storm Bradley. Now, considering that guy went on to win multiple titles at different weights and he's become a Hall of Famer, that's not a bad result. Of course, Tim Bradley went on to beat maybe the greatest fighter to ever put a pair of gloves on, 8-weight division champion Manny Pacquiao. So yeah, I'm going to be meeting this film company this afternoon in Middlesbrough, Teesside, and yeah, I was just listening out for the dog. I think he's outside the door, heavy breathing. So yeah, I think it's a go. We've kind of agreed on certain things, and I'm going to go over, speak to him, give him my side of what I would like. He's obviously a filmmaker, is a director, an actor as well. Has been in some good things. Just finished filming Gladiator 2, been in Game of Thrones, all that kind of thing. Award-winning filmmaker, proper, proper film guy. And after today, I'm going to organise a meeting with myself and Junior and the film people, and I'm pretty convinced. As I spoke to Junior at length the other day, um, for the first time in a while, I said, "Look, Junior, I'm going to have to end up putting it on you, or I'll get Carol Hatton on you." And as I said in the video the other day, he went white. Um, and yeah, we've got the book to do. All the hard work's been done on that now. I just need to get it off Junior, proofread it twice, and then speak to um, the bit in the book, the bit in this industry that I like, and that's speaking to, for instance, the Gazette. They'll do the story because in the book, Junior says the worst place I ever went to box was Club M, and he fought John Green or Andy Green, one of the Greens from Phil Thomas, and he said it was the worst abuse I ever got from a crowd. Bearing in mind he's boxed at Atlantic City and all over. Middlesbrough was the worst. Obviously, the Sheffield Style do the stories, the Boxing News, the Boxing Monthly, BBC, BBC Sport talks, but you know what I mean. It's Junior. He's not. He was a world champion. Um, there was nothing else in boxing he could have done bar and get the big fights. Unfortunately, never did. But as I said, it was no fault of his own. Had over 50 fights in a career that went from 97 to 2015. And I don't think he officially retired till about a year. So you're talking about a career, literally the best part of 20 years. So yeah, he's all about longevity, wasn't he? He looked after himself, didn't burn the candles at both ends like Ricky Hatton. Wasn't pictured staggering out of nightclubs or I don't know, but drugs or women, etc. Junior lived the life, and bar and chocolate. I couldn't probably, he lived a proper life of an athlete. His only addiction was to chocolate, Star Bars, I think it was. And yeah, I like him. And as I said, the book's going to come out. Done. Book's done. If I die today, that book will come out. It's just stored. And yeah, I haven't done a documentary for about over 4 years now, maybe about 4.5. So I will be doing Junior Witters, and I will be doing Henry Wharton's. I've done 3 in the past, 3 true crime. And there's, I'm just all about energy. I'm up. This is my day off. I should be asleep, but I'll sleep when I'm dead, and keeps me happy to be busy. Because when I'm left alone with Jamie Boyle, bad things happen. If I sit down and have a beer or two or a bottle of wine, and yeah, and even in the days after it, do you feel crap? I'm 45 in about 4 weeks. I know I don't look it, and yeah, I can't be bothered drinking anymore. So I've replaced some of the bad things I did in life with work. My work ethic is it's second to none to anyone in this country. I'm not full of myself, but I'm addicted to work. Do you know what I mean? So when I'm away from my job that I do like 35, 36 hours a week from, I'm in YouTube, or I'm writing books, or I'm proofreading, or just keeps me happy, keeps me balanced, and for all the addiction issues I've had in life, and this is quite a good one. Helps me provide for my family, and I like to be creative as well. Even if it's just doing silly, stupid videos with stupid haircuts or mustaches or beards, um, keeps me happy, as I said. But yeah, I'm going to be meeting a filmmaker today, and the director, I think. A couple of them. I'm going to sit down, and that's the plans to basically get it over the line, just to finalise a couple of things, and then the week or two after, sit down with Junior and the filmmaker and say, right, we can start. What are we in now? March. I think these guys are good to go, certainly for the summer. So yeah, the book is called The Avoided: what's the avoided about, the clues in the name, and the documentary. I mean, obviously it'll be up to the filmmakers, the directors, but I think he was the avoided one. You know, when Ricky Hatton was dining out on belts. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not bad mouthing Ricky Hatton. I spoke to him over the years. He actually did a forward for my Dominic Negus book. He was good friends with Dominic, and he's obviously aware of this book. Carol Hatton, lovely lady, she follows the page. And we have some banter, some harmless banter. There's nothing in this book that's, there's nothing wicked or nasty or. But there is a chapter called My Mate Ricky, and it's purely down to boxing. You know, it's just a fact that when Junior was his mandatory, and they agreed to let Ricky fight John Thaxton, and then the winner would fight that. And now Brendan Ingle used John Thaxton as a yardstick. Jonathan Thaxton's a lovely man. I interviewed him for this book, but you know, John Thaxton was a British European, but he just wasn't quite as on the level Junior Witter was. And Ricky did win the fight, although it was quite a close fight. But the truth of the matter is, after Ricky Hatton fought John Thaxton, was it the back end of 2001? Might have been 2002, I can't remember. And Ricky gave his belt up, and I'm so tired, but I've got work to do. But yeah, and us boxing anoraks, the hardcore people of boxing. So they're aware. Anyone who knows about the noble art, pugilism, uh, that beautiful brutality under the Lord Marquess of Queensberry rules. Um, when Ricky was down and out on the WBU world title, which you could probably win them belts playing snakes and ladders, they're falling off trees, them kind of belts. Junior went down the British, the Commonwealth, the European, and then of course the world title fight. And after he lost to Zab Judah, it was another Hall of Famer. Junior took that fight after like 9 days. Then he had 15 fights, 15 wins, 15 knockouts, and cleaned up domestically. As I said, that WBU belts, they're about the equivalent to about, they're better than a Masters belt, but they're about on par with a Southern Area title, a Northern Area title. You see all these belts, WBU, uh, WBF. I mean, the IBO is a lot better these days. Vladimir Klitschko held it, Pacquiao held it. And even all these WBO European, Intercontinental, all that means is you're in the top 15 in the world. Yeah, they're more for a television, and there's a lot of people who aren't really clued up on boxing will go, oh, he's got the WBO Intercontinental silver belt or some crap like that, and it doesn't mean anything to like the hardcore fans who really know the game. But yeah, I'll put another video out at the weekend. But Junior Witter, The Avoided, it's not only going to be a book, an exclusive, never been heard before biography, forward by Johnny Nelson. It's also going to be a documentary, a film. I don't think Junior's that emotionally. He's a bit like Mickey Duff. He's a bit robotic. You don't really get anything out of him. Just get the odd laugh now and again, or if you put chocolate in front of his face, you'll get a bit of a giggle. But he doesn't really, you know what I mean? So in my head, this film is all about, you're chasing Mayweather. I had the Mayweather fight 3 times. Twice I think it was twice. And obviously the third time, he never got it, but it was just too early for him, which is all explained in the book. He was Frank Warren's lad, and then him and Ricky signed at the same year. And yeah, listen, I'm not gonna spoil the book. There's loads of different things. The Ingle years, training alongside your Nassim Ahmeds, your Johnny Nelsons, your Ryan Rhodes, your Kell Brooks, your Kid Galahads, your Isha Pickerins. Oh, John Buster Keatons. Just elite, full of champions. Yeah, what a gym. What a, maybe quite possibly the greatest gym, the most successful gym. It's certainly up there. Maybe that and Terry Lawless's from the 70s. 80s, but I definitely can't think of You know, when you go in that gym and it's full of keep fitters, it's full of amateurs, it's full of professionals, it's full of criminals, it's full of policemen, all together. There was no race. There was no, you know, like there would be a kid who'd had maybe one amateur bout going in, training with Nassim Ahmed. Um, British champions, European champions, Commonwealth champions, you name it, that gym had it. Everyone was taking the mick out of each other. But yeah, under the old watchful eye of Brendan Ingle, what a lovely man. I did speak to him about a year or two before he died, but I was quite aware that I was speaking to a shell of a former man. I was quite aware that he was very ill at that time. I think I interviewed him for one of the Paul Sykes books. But yeah, that guy was boxing royalty. And what he did for the people in Sheffield, sorry, what he did for the boxers in Sheffield was a smidgen compared to what he did for the whole of the YouTube, for the Sheffield community. And I'm not surprised that since then there's been Brendan Ingle Foundation set up. There's been the Brendan Ingle Way, street named after him. Literally a saint on earth in that Yorkshire city, the Sales City. But yeah, Junior Witter documentary is 100%. So the book's 100%, and I'll know more today. But I'm having a sit down meeting with an award-winning filmmaker, and yeah, we get these little details over the way. And I'll be meeting Junior tomorrow next week. The filmmaking people, and yeah, another documentary, another film, like the Duffy ones, like there's one I don't want to mention, but it was fun, it was interesting, and it's always good meeting interesting people. This Junior Witter documentary, I dare say, will have obviously Junior in all the old footage, the pictures, all this, but it'll have a lot of one would imagine, your Johnny Nelsons. Um, I spoke to Peter Fury for Junior's book. One Junior was actually quite close with Tyson Fury. This Darren Barker, it was they were all together with a promoter called, God, I forgot his name. He was a promoter, quite podgy guy. Oh, I forgot his name. I can see him in my head. And he kind of had all the stars coming through. Obviously, they all went different ways because this promoter, it was all about television deals, and but he was quite close to Carl Froch, and so all them I imagine, you Joe Calzaghe's. Oh, there's a footage of him on YouTube actually saying Junior was actually the better boxer than Ricky. If you type in Joe Calzaghe Junior Witter, there's about 12-second clip, and it's saying, well, Junior was the better boxer. But yeah, listen, some documentary film news coming in the next. As I said, I'm going to speak to him later on this afternoon, and I'll probably do a video tomorrow to confirm it. But juniors are aware of it, the filmmakers are aware of it, and it's just about putting them together, and then yeah, having some fun and meeting some people. The good thing about these kind of things is I actually meet a lot of my heroes. I've said this loads of times, but I actually used to have posters of Alan Thompson on my bedroom wall. I'm nearly 45, but you know what? I ended up writing his biography, and it was a pleasant privilege to meet all these different people. Your Ali McCoys, your Chris Suttons, your John Harts, and your Martin O'Neills. And I'm sat, from my dictaphone and that, and I'm thinking I should be paying you for this. And that's what it's like with meeting all these old faces and superstars of the British boxing world. So it's fascinating to listen to. But Junior Witter, the avoided film. Look out for more information. It's Friday. It's Gogglebox night. I'm gonna sort my hair out. I'm gonna have a shower. I'm gonna have a shave, and I'm gonna pop over to Middlesbrough. And yeah, I might even do a video later near the Transporter Bridge. Big love, people. Have a wonderful weekend. I can't think of anything else to say because I'm just babbling on. But big thank you to everyone who follows our channel. God bless.